name is
My name is
Atem. I
Joseph
was
Foster.
born in
I
Welly,
was born in
Southern
Santa
Sudan.
Monica, California.
My father
was
named
Albert Perry
Zui
Ostrov,
was
born
born
in Los
in
Angeles,
Pajak,
California.
Southern Sudan.
His father was David
My mother,
Ostrov,
Louise,
born in
was born
Atlantic City,
in
New
Pomor,
Jersey.
Southern Sudan.
His mother was Sarah.
My
Levine.
grandfather,
I knew her as
Halil,
Stella.
was
She was
born
born
in
in
Pajak,
Brooklyn, New York.
Southern Sudan.
My grandpa, David Ostrov's
My grandmother,
father was Abraham
Achol,
Julius
was born
Ostrovsky,
in Mar,
born
Southern
in
Sudan. My grandfather,
Saptika,
Quit,
Lithuania,
was born
and his wife, my
in-
great-grandmother, was Carolina Rebecca Spiegelman,
in
born in
Pap,
Odessa,
Southern
Ukraine.
Sudan.
My
My
great-grandfather,
grandmother,
Abraham's
Nyanden,
father was
was
Joseph
born in
Ostrovsky,
Pajak,
and
Southern
his
Sudan.
mother was Esther
My
Markowitz. On my mother's side,
grandfather, Halil,
my
was
mother
born
is Nola Adine Slater. She was
Pajak,
born in Salt Lake
Southern
City, Utah.
Sudan.
Her father was
My
William Earl Slater, born in
grandmother,
Star Valley,
Achol,
Wyoming.
was
His
born
father was James Roy Slater, born in Slaterville, Utah.
Poway,
His
Southern
mother
Sudan.
was Ella Heap,
My
born in Freedom, Idaho. My great-grandfather,
grandfather,
James,
Dan,
his parents were Thomas
was
Slater,
born
born
in
in
Pap,
Thornley, England,
Southern Sudan.
and Mary
His
Broadway
wife-
from Normanby, England.
His wife,
And my
Aqua,
great-grandmother, Ella
was
Heap's
born in
parents were
Vernon,
William Henry
Southern Sudan.
Harrison Heap from Cedar Grove, Indiana.
My uncle was,
My
like to go
grandfather,
and hunt
William Earl
for the
Slater,
animal.
from Star
One day
Valley,
he went to
Wyoming,
the forest to go and
once
get
shared with me
hunting
and also
for
wrote in
some
his
animal.
journal
And he find
regarding a time when he was a young boy, and
the
he loved to
elephant
go out
came
and trap
and he tried to kill the elephant, and the
and
elephant
fish.
was
And,
trying to kill my
on the-
uncle, so my uncle ran away.
one of the rivers there in
And-
Star Valley, there was
and the
this
elephant
one
ran
bend in
after
the river
him.
and this deep hole,
So
and in
my
that
uncle
hole there was a
keep
huge
running,
fish.
and the elephant was
From what
keep
Grandpa
coming
Slater
after
said,
him.
this fish was
So
probably
the
well over
elephant was
5
getting
pounds, maybe
close
closer to 10
him.
pounds. It was
So
just
my
a
uncle
giant trout
climbed up,
that lived
on
in this
the
deep
tree,
hole and just kind of ate
and
whatever
the
came
elephant
down the
came,
river. And of
and
course it was that big because
tried
it was really
to-
smart.
to
And,
cut
so he tried
to tear down
for
the branch
years
of the
to
tree
catch
where
this
my,
fish. And
my
finally
uncle
one
was.
morning
So
he-
my uncle jumped
he
to
made a
other branch of
strategy
the
where
tree,
he was going to
and the elephant go and tear down
crawl
the
on
same
his hands
one,
and knees
then my
up to
uncle
this hole
jump to another
and deliver
branch
the
of
bait
the tree.
downriver and let it
But
float right
the
down
funny
this
thing,
fish
that
and see
time
if he
my
could
uncle
catch this
wasn't
fish.
believing
And
in God, so he
he,
believed in different things. So
followed his strategy
at different
and ended up
time, my uncle
hooking
tried
this
to
huge
call his
fish.
God, the traditional
then,
God, to help
he
him.
played it out and caught
But,
it, and
thing didn't work out.
one of the men from
At
town,
the last one, my uncle
I forget the
called
guy's first name, I know
God,
he was
the
one of the
really God,
heaps
to help him.
that's there from
And
Star
then
Valley.
the elephant is tough.
Saw my grandpa catch
tearing
this
down
fish
the-
and came over
the
and
branch of the tree
offered to buy
and
it
he
from him.
left. So
And,
after that, my uncle
said he'd give him
get
$20
out from the tree, and
for that fish.
at the
and,
same time, he was knowing that
$20
what he
was a
believed
lot of
is
money
not right,
when my
so he
grandpa
had
was
to
a
believe
boy,
him
and he
in
was trying to
Jesus.
save money to
And,
buy a saxophone
that
that he had
so I
seen
can say
in Sears
about
Roebuck's catalog.
I can say a little
And
about
he-
myself.
so
When
he,
I came to USA,
He agreed to sell the fish
my
to this
father
guy.
appeared in Utah
And
in 2001.
and this guy took the fish
when I
into
came
town
here.
and told everybody that he caught
My
it. And
big
grandpa
problem, I
kept
don't
it-
know how to catch the bass.
kept the
and I
story to
don't know
himself,
the
knowing he'd been the
for
one that
bass.
caught the fish.
Also, I don't know
But
the
he had the
direction
$20
where the bass
that
go,
went
like eastbound
to this
or
saving up the money
westbound
to
or
buy the
north or
saxophone. And he
south.
bought the saxophone
At the first time,
and started his
I
own
lived
band.
with,
Taught himself how to
with,
play. And
with
started
other
his own
three
band that went all around Star
roommate,
Valley,
and they
playing
were
at
from Sudan.
dances.
So
And
we live in the same
years later,
2-bedroom,
and
and
he
we
was
came at
quite a
the
bit
same
older,
day,
and
so
I
we
was
lived
a
together.
college student.
And
He
we went
gave
to
me
the
that
high
saxophone,
school.
and I
One
still have
day,
it today.
We went to the
I
high
did
school
take
in
some
the
lessons
morning,
and learned how to play a few
and
songs on it.
around
and,
2 o'clock I was not
that
feeling good,
his
so I
65th
told my
birthday, I
roommate
played a
that I
simple
want
little
to go
song
home early.
on it for him.
So I took a key from my roommate because we was have only one key for the house. So
My wife's an
I took a key and I
ethnobotanist,
came
and
to the
so
bus station. I took
one time we were traveling the
I
Pacific
was waiting for the
together
bus
as
and
a
the bus
family
came,
to do some
and
of her work.
because I don't know
And it meant
the
getting on
right
this
bus
old
to
freighter
take. So I took the wrong bus,
and
which
traveling
is
into some remote
taking
island
me
groups
to
so that my
eastbound
wife could
instead
visit
of
with some
westbound.
women
So
who were
I catch the bus
considered
and I
expert
just
healers
keep
and
driving
midwives.
with a
And
bus
so
driver. Everybody getting off the
we
bus, and
with all of our family.
I
There's my
can't
wife,
find where to get off
myself,
because
6
there's
children.
a wrong bus.
The oldest
At the
being
last, after 1 hour
around
and a
18,
half,
the
the bus
youngest
driver
about
asking
3
me,
years old at the
where I'm
time.
going and why
I
I'm
gathered at the wharf
keep
with
me
about
staying
600
on the
people
bus.
to get on this
And I told
freighter
I told the bus driver
and
that I took the wrong
take it up
bus,
into this island
and
group
the bus
called
driver was asking
Ha'apai
me
group
to
in
give
Tonga.
him my address so that he can
And
take
so
me to my
what
place.
happened was there's about
And the
600
funny thing,
people,
I don't know my address.
and
I know only my house
there's
number.
this one single
So
door
I give him
gate
my house number, and he
that
said
they
that
allow people to go
I
through.
need your address so
and
that I can
it's first
take
come,
you to
first
the right
served to
place.
get a place on the
So
boat to set
because
for this
I was
12-hour boat
being
ride on the open
in
ocean.
Utah or
And
in
there really
America
weren't
for 3
cabins or
weeks,
chairs.
so
It's really just
I wasn't
where
know
on the
even
deck
the
you can
importance of
find
the address, so I know only my
to be
my
most
apartment
comfortable.
number, and
And
I
so,
know the location, but
as the gate
I don't
opened
even
and people
know,
started to press to
the
get into
address
this
of
one door,
where I
um,
live.
it's
So,
this
and the
huge
bus driver
mass of
said that
people
I
just
can't help you, you
press
don't know your
forward.
address. So
And I had
I
one of my
just
kids
feel
on my
staying in
shoulder,
the bus until
and one
5
of them
o'clock when the
standing
bus
right
turned
between my
back
legs
to west
as we
bound.
just were
So
compressed, and I
came
kept trying to protect
300 South and Edward Road.
little Ethan. Hannah was on
And
my
I told
shoulders.
bus
She's our
driver,
youngest.
I
Ethan
have
was
to get
about
up from
4 or
here.
5.
And the bus
He was
driver asked me,
down at my
"Are you
feet, standing
sure
there, and
this
and,
where you
just
live?" And I say, "Yeah, I can
completely
remember where
covered
I
in a
live.
sea of
Walk
people,
from
and all my
300
older
South
children
to
and my wife and I
1700
were
South.
just
I came
compressed
to my
into this
apartment
group,
at
and
7:30
eventually we got through, but
PM.
because of
And
the
the
size
bad
of our
thing,
family,
I
we
got
were
my roommate outside
one of the
waiting
last
for me, and
people
the
to get
weather
on the
was
boat.
really very cold.
So we
So I
did find
decided
a
to
very good place. We did
walk.
find one place
And then from
where
where I
Melinda
live
could lay down
to
with
the
the
office,
younger
it took
children.
me
And,
3 hours and a half to go there by
so we
walking.
took off on this boat
So
ride, and
at
they
I
way
just
over
met with her and
loaded
we
it
talked.
with
After that,
top
she
loaders.
just
So they had a
said
lot
that
of big
by this
boxes
time I have
up on
to
the
drive
top
you to your
decks.
house, so she drove me back.
We're trying
to my
to squeeze in
house.
everything they can squeeze in order
2
to
weeks
make
later, I was having my
living,
show, and
taking the
some
freighter
of
up
my
and down to the
thinking
islands.
has been so.
So we got out in the
so
open
I
ocean, and it was
thinking
a lot
like,
rougher than
I
anyone
have to buy a
expected.
car, so
The swells
I
went
bought
from
my
about
own
5 or
car
6
in
feet to
2001,
10 to 12
and
feet,
then
and
because
the
I
water
don't
would
like to
crash
ride
over
a
the
bus
deck,
anymore,
and
that's why
we were
I forced
covered in
myself
water.
because I need to have a car. So
I tried to find
I
this
got my car,
the most comfortable place I
and
could
then
find. It ended up being
my
on
car
top
was
of this
a
big
skip,
box
and I don't
that
even know where I
held
would
all the
drive
life
a skip. One day,
preservers for the boat.
I
And then
was
there's this
going to work
large
in the
pole
morning at 7
structure
a.m.
with a canvas stretched
So I
across
came,
that went across the back deck
uh,
where people
17
gathered
hours
underneath
south
to
and
get
Main
out of the
Street.
rain and out of the
And
water.
And
from
the light
waves.
was 10
So I'm laying
so
on
I
this
had
thing,
to
and I'm
stop
holding on
waiting for the
to
green
the
light
bar
so that I can make a
of
left
this
hand.
structure
At that
as I
time,
rocked back and
the
forth.
gear on my
and back
car
and
was
forth,
in number 4.
and
And I
trying to
wasn't know
sleep
that
through this
when you
rough
drive
seas
ticket,
and
you have
this
to put
night
the gear back
voyage
to
to
number
the
1
Ha'apai
when you
group.
stop at the stop sign.
And all of a
So the
sudden,
gear was in number
I'm
4.
almost in midair,
And then when the
and
light turned green, I
I
tried
look, and
to
the boat has tilted on a 45-degree
cut my
angle
car
from
to
a huge
move,
swell. It
but
hits
my
it
car,
broadside.
doesn't move because
And I
the
grabbed
gear
hold
was
of
in
one of the
number 4,
bars, and
and
I'm
I started
hanging
dancing,
in the
jumping
air,
up and
swinging
down on
above
the-
about
on the
60
road.
people
And
who were on
everybody
the
was
deck
watching
below
at
me.
me.
And the
I
boat just sat
quit my
there
car,
at 45
just, My
degrees
plan is to get out on
for
the way
what
because I
seemed like a
blocked out
lifetime. It was
people.
probably about 5 or
And
6
I don't know what I'm
seconds.
doing, and the car
And
was
the
keeping
boat was trying to
up,
decide
up,
if it was
up
going to
and
go
down.
all the way
And I
over and
just
turtle
keep
upside
pushing
down,
it, pushing
or
it. And